Happy New Year, Spitwads. We are so excited for the new year coming soon. We have an awesome classic episode for you this week while we are with our families, and we will be back next week with a brand new episode.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
A baby de bop, like a boom boom.
All right.
I liked everything about it. I liked the little hesitation move, little crossover dribble.
That's
with
right,
the boom
around
boom.
the back.
Oh, yeah, I went around the back.
Here's the best
Up and
part
under.
of that
Nothing
scat.
but net, baby.
The best part of that scat is you did what it's supposed to do. I'm all hyped now. I'm like, you got me into the show. I was like,
Let's
okay,
go.
we're doing a show. Now it's like, beep-boo-doo-bop. What? Let's go.
And it wasn't too complicated. It just was. It just was
look,
perfect.
He had
When-
to make up for the
When
last
the
one.
music is playing and there's pointing going on in the videos of like, wait,
Who's got the scat?
who's got it? And then Al Borland's like, Mike, you have the scat. I go, oh, like a boom boom. Gotcha.
There you go. Knocked it out
It's
of the park,
my
Mike.
badingy
Well done.
now.
Yep, that's fine. Everyone needs a good badingy. Welcome into
Well said.
Welcome into the Spitballers Podcast, episode 111. Al Borland in the house.
What's up,
Turning
Spitwads?
the dials. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Mike, Jason, I'm Andy, and we have a great show today. I think we have a very interesting draft. You'll learn a little bit more about us, I think, during this draft. And we're going to do some Liar Liar on the show today, some Is This Real Life? Appreciate everybody supporting the show over at SpitballersPod.com. Click the Become a Spitwad button, submit your questions, get some extra perks, early release episodes, things of that nature. You can check it out at SpitballersPod.com. I guess we should just get going.
Get into it.
Yeah.
Is this real life?
All right. We're going to do Is This Real Life? Each of us has a news story that we're going to reveal to the other two. They have not heard about it. And these are some shocking illustrations of what's going on in our world. Now, do we have a volunteer to go first? Because I'm looking forward to learning about what's happening. Mike is
Look,
Mike is
I'm
ready.
happy to go first. Mine's short. It's right to the point.
Okay.
But here, what's the deal with airlines? Like, come on, we all hate flying. We all hate getting on airplanes, and
Most airlines are the worst.
yeah,
the seats are small and it's crowded
Yeah.
and you wait
And
forever. And
Speaking of seats, what's terrible is when like you get a really bad seat. Yeah, when you're walking down the aisle
there.
and you see the row number you've been assigned, and you're like, I'm not even halfway down there.
No, that letter doesn't exist.
Not even close. Well, that also happened to a woman who was flying on Lion Air, which this was reported from the New Zealand Herald. So the Lion Air is a budget airline out of Indonesia. So she's going down there to her seat, and she had a ticket for row 35.
Okay.
She got to row 34, and then row 35 was in fact the lavatory. So her seat was
Her assigned seat was the bathroom?
her assigned seat was the pooper.
Now let's examine this for a minute,
Is
because
that really bad?
I'm wondering if you get to be in there before anything happens. You put the seat down, you got a private suite. You got
honestly,
suite. That's suite 35.
is-
That's not row 35. That's suite 35.
I feel like you should have to pay more. I feel like you should have, because I'm not letting anybody else. It's not like, oh, knock on the door, it's my turn. No, this is my seat. So I'm staying here.
And obviously, if you need to go to the bathroom, you've got that built in.
Now,
So-
I imagine she was not as happy.
So that the passenger, which I apologize, I read it wrong. It was a man, but we've all been this person before. But so he complained to the staff And he wrote later on Facebook that the flight attendants were very rude. They lacked manners. Clearly, this is an FAA violation. Like, you can't fly with someone in the bathroom. As it turns out, the original flight was supposed to be a plane with 39 rows.
Okay.
So they found a seat for him at the front. But just imagine being that person in that moment at row 34 going, hold on. Because
why does this laboratory have my name on it?
You don't want to be in the back row because those seats don't go backwards. Like, that's
true.
We all know that. When you see you're in the back row, you go, "Ah, crap." This was a bigger crap.
Let me ask you guys a question just to follow up on this. This is kind of thoughts that go through your head while flying in a plane. Have you ever been on a plane, and you know how everybody has the fears of a plane crash, even though it's the odds are so low compared to all these other catastrophes. Do you ever think about am I in the best row or area of the plane to where I got a fighting chance in a crash? Where it's you go nose down into the water and maybe the front half breaks off, but you're sitting in the back. You're like, I could definitely lost on ABC this thing.
I don't have that. I'm not a man full of anxiety. I don't get on and worry and look around and start scoping out the plane and the passengers. I just chill. I get on. Now here's the truth. It's a double win when you get that exit row though, right?
Oh, of course.
It's got to be the safest place because when that emergency happens, I'm popping that door and I am flying out that plane.
Oh yeah, the old here's the oath you have to take in the exit row.
Sure, I will.
In the unlikely event of an emergency evacuation, are you willing to help people? Yes.
Do you want to know how I'm going to help?
Totally.
I'm going to help by getting the door open quick and showing them how to eject yourself. Lead by example. I will lead by example.
You know what? The answer they should require you to say when they ask, "Are you comfortable with your responsibilities?" The answer should be maybe, because I honestly, if I'm in a plane crash, even if I thought I will 100% do that, I honestly have no idea how I will react if I am at the part. I've been in a plane crash. Things are on fire. You're in complete shock. My answer is, maybe I'll help.
It is a wild world because if you say maybe, you're done. You're
well,
out.
They'll kick you out. I'm saying they should let that go. As long as you don't say no. As long as you say maybe or yes.
It is such a interesting social contract. Do you want the extra leg room? Then you're the helper in the event of emergency. That is the cost. That is so weird. But while we're on the topic of planes, and Jason is notoriously and annoyingly not an anxious person. I am an anxious person. I have battled anxiety my entire life, and planes have been a trigger of mine. And so I've told you guys this story. I don't know if I've shared it on the 1,000 podcasts we've ever done, but we had one of our trips, our business trips planned, where for the fantasy footballers for our football podcast where we were going out of town, and Sully came on the HBO. Sully is the story. It's Tom freaking Hanks, man.
So you couldn't resist that.
Tom Hanks is a national treasure, and I must pay my respects and enjoy the films that this man has created for me to watch. I had never seen it. Of course, I know the story of Sullivan. He lands the plane in the Hudson. No one dies. It's like this incredible story. But their plane crash sequence is so visceral and so real. It was top 3 worst decisions I've ever made in my life was watching Sully the night before I had to get on a plane.
That reminds me of watching Outbreak when I had a 104-degree fever with the flu. And
Same
I was like,
thing.
it's not smart to do.
Yes.
But that's funny. All right, I will give you my story next. By the way, I'm just going to come out with this because it's the best case scenario to bring this. Yeah, you know what's coming.
I do.
Listen, we waited for Jason to get on the Zoom, and we waited a little while because his internet was messed up and his
had to restart routers,
his computer was restarted. And how long have we been doing this so far? Al, can you give me a timestamp so far?
9 minutes and 29 seconds.
9 minutes. Now, what do you tell your kids before you go on a road trip?
Go to the
bathroom.
Restroom.
Go to the bathroom. So we got a Slack message. We're 9 minutes into the show, and he's got to pee
I have
so
to pee
bad.
so bad. This is going to be an update throughout this episode.
No. But we need to just set up the show, Andy. What were we doing when we were supposed to be recording?
Yeah, we were waiting on Jason.
Yeah, but for how long?
Yeah, that's
Plenty of time to pee multiple times. Maybe
But
50 times.
The point was that I was
Was it the
busy.
lavatory that brought this to mind?
It didn't help that your first article here, Mike, is about a bathroom. I'm like, man, that sounds great. I could use that right this second. No, the whole time we're
Just
restarting
go.
the software.
We'll keep going. You just go. Go take a pee.
I don't want to make the show that bad. And if I happen to wet my pants on the podcast, this is just great audio.
Either you're absent from it, which we won't edit. I mean, we one-shot this thing. I mean, that is integrity.
That's true.
No. We'll just keep checking in as the episode goes along.
Okay.
Maybe I'll lose the urge. But right
Hold
now,
on, and I need you to tell me what were you doing, Jason?
I was monitoring. I felt like you guys were
Monitoring.
waiting for me, and I got the little bar on my computer like, oh, it's updating, and then I'm like, whoa, is this going to take a long time or not? And then it jumps quick, so I'm just sitting here waiting to get in because you're all waiting on
Who's
me.
drinking gallons of water?
Hold on.
Just gallons.
So you were sitting and waiting. That also known as doing nothing.
Monitoring.
You could call that doing nothing.
monitoring.
I was
He
being
wasn't
a professional
monitoring
monitor.
his bowels.
I'll tell you what.
Systems
Look,
check.
the camera's only waist high here, and we're in our own homes. Maybe I'll just go mid-show, and
no.
you won't even know until I tell
No.
you I am fine.
We will lose our clean rating.
At least we have the YouTube video in case someone wants to analyze when the pee happens on today's show.
Minute 23 and
my
45
God.
seconds.
Face.
I believe Jason's
Relaxed.
pause there was relieving himself.
There was a point when you were updating where you told us it was 40 minutes. So you had like a 40-minute window, you thought, at that time.
That's true. I should have peed then, but I didn't think about it. And now here we are live recording.
All right, here's my Is This Real Life story I want to share with you guys because it entertained me very much. Thieves snatch shark from San Antonio Aquarium, wheel it out in a baby carriage. So sharknappers, which is a term I had never heard, they brought their own net
And on stroller.
and their own stroller. They snagged a shark from a tide pool, put it in the baby carriage, and escaped in a red pickup truck with the shark. In fact, go ahead.
I'm just
Ask
curious.
the questions.
These people came in with a baby carriage.
right. Well, you
And-
can veil that real nice.
I mean, I guess
Nobody's
you
You
can
put
check
a
it
for
out.
cover
babies in
over
those
a baby
things.
sleeping. I would imagine they also brought a bonnet to put on the shark for the way out, so that nothing to see here, regular baby.
Oh my gosh!
Chomp, chomp. Oh, a hungry little fella.
My question, and Andy, I assume you've read the article. My
Yes,
question
yes.
is, what's the water situation? Is this an aquatic stroller? Is this, or is it just flopping around?
An aquatic stroller. That's
Like,
a
did
thing.
they build some tank into the stroller where they could put
I don't
the
know
shark?
how long sharks can go. I think they can go a little bit. I mean, because like
Not
sharks.
this long.
Here's what we know, and this is good news for all the spitwads out there. Look, one suspect is in custody, and quote, the shark is alive and well and on its way back to the aquarium.
That's not possible.
Now, unfortunately, the police chief said officers initially refused to believe the 911 call that came in and that the shark napping was real. So there you go.
Yeah, you gotta look if you.
Oh my
work-
gosh, there's video.
No,
No.
Of the
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Of the stroller?
I didn't.
I imagine they get. Do they get out? They got away, or they got stopped right there and like, sir, you can't take this shark out in a stroller.
They got it in the. They got it in the truck. I mean,
Wow.
Yeah, they actually got it home, and they said they found the shark in a makeshift aquarium at their house, whatever that means.
oh yeah, they have the video
How
of
is
them
this-
actually putting it in the baby carriage.
Look, people. This is it. This is the thing you got to
This
do.
is it. We're here. We
I
got
got to
here.
get a shark from an aquarium. Wow.
All right.
Okay.
It's just one of those things too. If you go to jail for sharknapping, I mean, what did you gain? You gained a pet.
What's the precedent on this? Like, there's no former cases to.
This sets the precedent. That's what it is.
Sharknapping. What is the
judge is so pumped.
Was this sharknapping without a water stroller? That's even more heinous.
Sharknapping?
Second degree sharknapping. All right, so that's my story.
All right. Speaking of animals, here's
There's multiple degrees of sharknapping. There's you either did it or you didn't.
What was your intent?
Yeah. With an intent to
Sir, I didn't know I was gonna steal that shark.
Yes.
All right.
Unintentional.
Here is
Heat of
my
passion.
headline. My headline is
It was that, sir, have you seen that shark? That is a good looking shark. I had to get it home. It had to be mine.
All right,
okay.
Jason, go ahead.
My headline reads Man live on air peace pants on Spitballers podcast. No. All right, here's my headline. It's also animal related.
Oh man.
Duck. All right, you got to listen to the headline here because you got to follow along. All right. Duck eats yeast, quacks, explodes, man loses eye. that's the. So again, duck eats yeast, quacks, explodes, man loses eye. That is the headline.
No.
And this is a true story. It really happened in Des Moines,
Duck
Iowa.
eats yeast, quacks,
Quack. They
explodes.
Quacks, explodes, man loses eye. It gets better than that. You think, oh, okay, let's this is a little weird. Now, this duck just took a prize at the recent Iowa Poultry Show, according to the articles. This is no ordinary
This is an award-winning duck.
This is an award-winning duck.
Oh, no.
And unfortunately, on the patio was a pan of yeast, and they could see from the markings in that the duck ate this yeast. And then when
markings,
upon returning from church, Mr. Perkins discovered his prize duck was somewhat in a lodgy condition, with telltale marks around the pan of yeast. Yeah, look, this is an old article.
A lodgy. Hold up, but I'm
no. I love this. I love
lodgy
this.
condition.
I'll look up lodgy, Mike.
Yes,
don't worry
please.
about that.
So then he was about to pick up the bird when the bird quacked and exploded.
Oh no!
With a loud sound, and Mr. Perkins
dull and heavy.
As explosions tend to happen.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a quiet explosion. But yeah, apparently the duck burst into hundreds of pieces, according to this article, and a piece flew into the man's eye and blinded him. So this is the story. Is this real life? I mean,
it's funny if it wasn't so sad that he's blind now.
Look, not every Shakespeare is a comedy. Sometimes it's a tragedy, and this is clearly a tragic event. But yes, apparently the moral of the story is you don't feed ducks yeast.
Yeah. Okay. Step one. I'm not a man of baking. Why would
baker is another word for it.
A man of baking, yes.
I'm not a baker. That's fine. Got it.
I'm not a man of baking.
Clearly not a man of baking.
Yes,
what do they call people that bake?
A man of baking, of course. Unless it's a woman, and it's a woman of baking.
I am not a person of baking. What on your patio? Why is there just a pan of yeast at duck level? What is it doing there?
That's
Mike
also
would
what they
be
call
the lead
it, duck
investigator.
level.
Yeah.
Anything on the ground is duck level. That's what they. That is true.
By the way, lodgy, dull and heavy in motion or thought, sluggish. The beer made them lodgy and disinclined to move.
So this duck was lodgy
I like that word.
and slow, and something was up,
L-O-G-Y.
and it quacked, and the man
Lodgy.
bent down to get his prize duck, and it blew up in his face.
Oh, no!
I mean, that's terrible, but
Well, he
can
didn't
you
just blow
walk
up, he
yourself
quacked
through
first.
this? That's what I'm saying. He quacked, and then you go, oh, what's wrong? But boom!
So yeast is explosive, or
I
just
don't-
explosive inside
Inside
of a duck?
Yeah, I mean,
somewhere in there, I think I said it was fermented yeast. I don't know if that's the difference maker.
Oh,
here.
Mr. Perkins, what are you up to?
Yeah.
You lodgy old soul. Here's the
Making
thing.
some moonshine.
And I hate to
doing?
be like, I don't want to be discriminatory towards this one-eyed man, but here's the thing. If you are in the middle of a job interview and you just smashed it, like everything goes well, and the last question is, oh, by the way, how'd you lose your eye?
Fishing accident.
And you, if you answer, my duck exploded, you're probably not getting the job.
My duck ate yeast, quacked, exploded. I lost an eye. You probably read about it in the local paper.
He's got the article in his back pocket. I'm glad you brought it up. Check
Oh
this
my
out.
gosh. Poor,
I was in
poor
the
guy.
papers.
Man, that is not real life, Jason. Can't be.
Yeah.
Are you going to be in a more lodgy condition as this show goes on?
Oh, no. Quite
think
the
he's
opposite. I
alert.
think I'll be bubbly and springy.
We'll
And,
do whatever we can do to help you.
bouncy.
We'll
Yeah,
do whatever we can do to help.
Look, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see that my hands and
Are they
my
sweaty?
head no, they're not sweaty, but they're relatively still. My legs are doing this at all times. My leg, I'm doing the pee-pee dance. We've all done it. We've all been
Do
there.
the
Oh my
potty
gosh.
dance.
All right. Let's do some liar liar. Spitwads, if you're like me, you know you live your life relying on a device, and it's easy to forget about the hardware you're born with. And I'm talking about what you're listening with right now, your ear. And your ear is just like a fingerprint. No two are exactly alike. And that's why, unless you've paid like thousands of dollars for high-end custom-fit ear equipment, your earbuds probably cause you some discomfort. They might fall out. They might cause you pain. And that's why I want to introduce all of our listeners to the Ultimate Ears Fits true wireless custom-fit earbuds from Ultimate Ears. They're here to change that game. And I am telling you, this is one of the coolest products in the world because they sent us the earbuds and you put them in and then you turn them on and this light turns on and it gently warms up the material, which comes from, I'm guessing, outer space. I don't know. It's magic. And the light makes them harden in your ears and then shape to your actual ear. And then you have custom fit earbuds because they all try to make them like universal, but your ears aren't universal. So if you want to check these out, you can use the promo code BALLERS at ue.com/fits to get your pair of UE Fits for just $169 during their holiday sale. That's ue.com/fits, promo code BALLERS.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yes.
This segment has become my white whale. I want to beat Al Borland today. I don't even care if it's me. I mean, it'll probably be me.
It felt good
but
last
either
week.
of you.
Or however many
No,
weeks
no, I
ago,
want to
last
go
time.
undefeated. You didn't go undefeated.
Nah, but I still won.
You
two
beat
to one.
us, but nobody's beaten him at his own game, gone perfect through these lies.
Well, that all changes today, gentlemen.
Otherwise, we'll be feeding him yeast.
Real quick, I have a problem.
You have
maybe
to
a
pee?
different one? A new
you
one?
two could. Yeah, well, it's related, and I seek advice. That's a great question segment. I'm thirsty. Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, is that you, Al Borland, playing? Oh, that is
What?
We have in-ear buds. This is in my soul. I'm hearing this
He
sound
thought
effect.
it was him. It was a 50-50. He thought it was him.
I am thirsty. Cue P sound.
No, my point is I am thirsty, and I didn't know if I should drink or not.
You
I
gotta
may or
take
may not
real
have
small
told.
sips.
I told Al to be looking for some rushing water. Fine, let's help Jason along in this journey.
I'm going to finish this glass, and then the next time you see this glass,
It will
it's
not
not
be.
going to be clear.
No. Also, yes, that's great. All right, round one of Liar Liar. I'm going to read you 3 facts. One of them is a brutal, unadulterated lie from the lips of our lying producer, Al Borland.
He's such a liar.
He is, but a good one, and that
He's
is
so
a
good
problem.
at it.
All right, and then we have to try to identify the lie. We'll play 3 rounds. You should play with us at home, and if you beat Al Borland, then you will have the satisfaction we have yet to have on this show.
Then you, sir or ma'am, are a liar because he's good. He's darn good.
All right, round 1. First fact. The space between your
That's
eyebrows.
the only way I can read it.
Dave Matthews?
Yes.
The space between your eyebrows is called the glabella. Glabella. Yeah, I don't want to mispronounce his lie word.
His made-up word.
The space between the eyebrows is called the glabella. Possible. I have no idea if that's true. Number 2, roosters are so obnoxious they have built-in ear plugs. When they fully open their beaks, their auditory canals completely close off.
Oh my gosh.
That makes some sense.
I
mean,
feel like if Owl was making a lie, he wouldn't use the opinion word of obnoxious. You know what I mean? Because roosters are so obnoxious that yada yada. So I think that I'm going to say this
you
is
can
true.
see how desperate we are
This
at
is
this
a
point.
deep philosophical dive right now.
Yeah, I'm going to say that one's true.
Okay, number 3. In Kentucky, adolescents can get a learner's permit at the age of 12, a driver's license at the age of 14, but must drive under parental supervision until the age of 16. I think that one is a bona fide truth. I think that one is guaranteed.
Andy, how old is your oldest son?
He'll be 12 in December.
Can you
And
imagine?
that is frightening. But in Kentucky, now I have a complete cliche view of Kentucky because I live in Arizona. But my assumption is there's not a lot of people right next to each other. And
I honestly, I was going.
they drive tractors and stuff like that.
I was going with the stereotype of tractors. Kentucky, I apologize if I am way
I don't know
off.
if that's a stereotype. That's just kind of like people do farm, right? I mean,
Yeah, but is Kentucky in farmland?
that part I don't know.
I don't know.
Jason, look, I need to go to the
I don't
geography
know.
expert. Jason,
Right.
where in the United States is Kentucky?
Kentucky is Kansas. So those are, just so you know, those two places that some people call it.
Interchangeable.
Some people call it Kansas. Some people call it Kentucky. But it's just a matter of are you,
the best
you know.
answer ever because it's so true. Kentucky is
Oh, I'm
Kansas.
so sorry, Kentucky.
And Kansas, really both. Well, not Kansas. Never apologize to Kansas. But
I would never apologize to Kansas.
now I got to look this up. Kentucky, Kansas?
It's Kentucky, Kansas. Okay, I believe that one though. I believe that there are those states more farming, more rural. If you're rural, your kids, I mean,
Yeah.
the idea of letting them drive around on your property or with miles between homes and stuff like that is not scary. So
Look, it's the same reason in Arizona we have our incredible rule that you can ride in the back of a pickup truck.
oh, that's still allowed?
I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
That
The
rule
craziest rule.
had to do with farm country.
Hot take, that should not be allowed.
Here's
No.
another hot take of an Arizona rule that shouldn't be allowed. You can ride. This is one of the only states in the country that you can ride a motorcycle without a helmet.
Yeah, but as long as you
because
have
it's-
like protective eyewear on, Jason, you got to protect those eyes.
and the reason is just because it's hot. Like, well, yeah,
Wait,
it is.
no, the reason it's hot.
It's too hot to wear a helmet out here in Arizona in the summer. And so I'm sure that factors into the law.
Hold on, you went from stating a fact to I'm pretty sure this is why to if that's the reason, then I totally get it.
Okay, all right.
But I'm very sure.
All right, that was a wonderful dive into geography, and
So
look, I think it's between the first two is the lie. I really do. I think the last one's true myself. I don't know if you guys are on board with that.
Glabella.
Yeah, and then the rooster one, I mean, built-in earplugs, when they fully open their beaks, their auditory canals completely close off.
It's so
I think
good.
that's the lie.
It's so if that's the lie,
because
that's
it's
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
Kentucky's alive. 12 is too young for a learner's permit.
Okay,
I don't care
okay.
if you got tractors or not.
We might need to just split our votes here, Mike, for the sake of
Oh my
saying
gosh.
somebody saying perfect against Al.
Well, you
But
don't
I'm
have to
going
split-
roosters is the lie.
Yep. Kentucky's the lie.
Okay. Mike, you got to weigh
So
in.
I have to take Glabella for the team.
No, you don't have to because
you
if you
take
think
whatever
if you
you
think
think
one
is-
of yeah,
Oh man.
I'd like to Google glabella. Can I phone a friend?
Can I have the answer first?
Can I have the answer? I'd like the answer.
Look,
Oh,
it,
man.
it was my initial gut check, though the gut check on these has not been very accurate. So I'm going to take glabella. The space between your eyebrows is called the glabella is a lie.
Space between
All right, Al.
Jason's confidence on this one is scaring me a bit. He did get that one right, and he knew it.
Oh, baby.
So
What is
Kentucky,
the
what is the
age?
true? Is it like 14 is the age, not 12?
It's actually 16, and you have to
Okay.
have your permit for 6 months before you can get your
Okay, so
license.
that's what we have here too.
Yeah, so it's no different.
So
I know a lot
They don't
about.
farm? Is that what that means? They don't farm in Kentucky?
I don't think it's farmland.
They're not Kansas.
They're not Kansas.
They're not. In fact, they don't even border Kansas. I Googled, and they're like, after Googling Kentucky, I now realize that Kentucky is West Virginia.
Hey,
So
by
I
the way,
apologize to Kansas.
here is a fact that I just found out. You can actually obtain a learner's permit at 14 in Alaska, Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, and North and
so that's
South
true.
Dakota.
All right, so then that so
Well,
we're,
no,
we
because
kinda
this said
got it
learner's
right.
permit
no,
at
because he
12.
said 12. Yeah, not 14. Those
Yeah,
are
all right.
14 is the youngest age in the United States that you can do that.
Owl,
So-
I'm happy you are scared because I'm on to you. I'm seeing through all this
I'm disappointed,
nonsense.
but now I just want to catch up and beat Jason.
I
All
just
right.
want Andy to read this next word.
Great. All right, round two. 3 facts.
Oh, good luck.
Defathanatophobia. Defathanatophobia.
Defathanatophobia. Defathanatophobia.
Defathanatophobia.
Defathanatophobia.
Oh, wow. If this is the lie, you are a monster for knowing how to
Defathanatophobia.
say that. Is the fear of dying
Oof.
while pooping?
While defecating.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it
All right,
makes sense.
math checks out.
Wait a minute. So hold up.
You
hold
didn't
up.
put that together, Jay?
I didn't until no. I was thinking about Owl and his propensity to lie.
He is a
but
liar.
I remember when he said that that he knew his mailman's name. He chimed in and was like, "I know the mailman's name." That was to help. I mean, he was lying in that moment because he didn't. He was doing that to help his lie, and the fact that he chimes in here and
That
is
was
like,
fast.
"No, it's pronounced like this. I had this prepared."
Of course he had it prepared.
Yeah, he's
Either
smart.
way.
He's smart.
I'm on to him. I'm on to your tricks, Owl. All right, next one.
Dang. All right. Next one. A tiger's tongue is so rough that just a few licks could draw blood from your hand or remove paint from a wall.
For sure.
I believe that one for sure.
I've been
known to
licked
be
by
licked by a few tigers.
The
I've
only
been-
way to-
not tigers, but like by a dog. Like my dog is obsessed with licking my feet, and you're like, after a few, it's uncomfortable.
Although
And that's just the normal house dog.
The only way to like prove this one wrong, like if it's because some of this is like the strength of the animal, right? There's a little bit. There's no guarantee that if a tiger licked the wall, it would take paint. So the only way to guarantee that this is a lie is like actually tigers have really gentle, soft tongues, and I don't believe that for 1 second.
Because, okay, Jason, how many licks would it take you to remove paint from a wall?
Infinity licks.
You can never do it?
I could never do it.
You don't have much confidence in yourself, I see.
I have confidence in.
I think I could do it.
in modern paint.
I think I could get that paint.
with
You
just your
think-
tongue?
I think I could do it.
Man,
I think with enough time, anyone could do anything.
All right, next.
We watched Tiger King, and I feel like there was some
Carol Baskin.
some tigers licking things, and nobody was screaming in pain. So that's tough. Number 3, a pop-up toaster was invented. The pop-up toaster was invented in 1919. Sliced bread was first sold in 1928.
Oh, man. Math checks out. I get it, because that's why people are so excited about sliced bread.
Oh yeah, they've been waiting to use it for 9 years.
I've got this toaster. It's so impractical because I have to cut my own bread.
I can't fit this loaf in. They're trying to jam it.
Sir, which way does the loaf
Well,
go into the toaster?
The date he didn't mention was knives were invented in 1937.
Right, so you had to rip your bread apart.
You needed a tiger's tongue.
Look,
Oh,
Jeremy's
your bread.
scared of my confidence. I'm going with defathophobia as the fear of dying while pooping. That's not a thing.
Defathanatho. Say it again.
What is it, Al?
Defathanatophobia.
No, it's pronounced liar.
Nope. No, I mean he sold
think the
me on that.
I think the
second one.
tiger's the lie.
tiger. I'm in on the tiger one.
Tiger's
not
the
being
lie.
True.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, Jason.
Oh, yes!
You got another one right. And you
No.
did
Going
absolutely
down.
see right through it when I pronounced that with confidence.
Yes.
Oh man.
Man.
Jason
All right,
has
Jason,
a
it's up to
chance.
you. It's up to
Yeah.
you, Jason.
Let's
For the record,
go.
thanatophobia is the fear of dying. I just added the
Oh,
defa
my
and made it
gosh.
die.
You rascal.
I'm seeing right
By the way,
through
there
you
is
today, Al.
one way to disrupt Jason's momentum.
No, don't play any tracks with water. That is illegal, out of bounds.
Come on, Al.
Oh,
This is the lowest brow show we've ever done.
I don't know about that.
You mean
We
right
had
after
one episode where
defathanatophobia and then the
Look, that's
P sound?
science.
Okay. We have to rename the show.
Lack of science. 'cause
All right.
it's lying.
Welcome
bring
to the
it
poop,
on, Al.
Welcome to the Poop and Pee podcast. All right. Round 3. Cows, moose, rhinos, and horses can sleep standing up, but cannot dream unless they lie down. Wow, that is that's a ridiculous fact, man. A
How would
ridiculous
you
fact.
know that? Like, well, now what did you dream
Yeah.
about last
No,
night?
they can tell if things. It's the brain. They could probably
The
put that
brain
in.
activity.
brain thing.
The brain activity.
You know,
the rimmy
you know,
rims.
you look at the movement behind the eyelids. All right.
There you go. Number 2, there's a competitive sport that combines juggling and jogging. It's called joggling.
Joggling. Oh man.
But people have invented so many sports.
That has to be true, or I'm gonna be sad.
Oh yeah,
I
want
want to watch joggling.
joggling. Wow. All right. Number 3, due to the pheromones produced in sweat, men who went on a first date directly after the gym without showering had a 72% increase in chances at a second date, according to a 2015 study.
This study is done by that clown in the hat who's like,
Who doesn't want to shower?
Oh man.
Oh,
All right.
my goodness.
Okay. I'm going first because I've been seeing right through it, and this one's tough. This one is not clear to me. But I think that I'm going last because I was about to go with the joggling. Joggling was going to be the lie, but then he would have had 2 lies in a row that would have been one word he created. He created that. He would never do that. So joggling has to be true. I'm still thinking. You two talk.
The cows, moose, rhinos, and horses. I know horses can sleep standing up. This whole hogwash that somebody spent their scientific efforts to figure out whether they dream standing or lying down bothers me. But
As opposed to finding out how your date went after the gym.
that's true.
Both are scientific, ridiculous statements.
do you guys know of, and I guess I could throw this to Al Borland because this is a reference to a buddy of ours. He was very, very excited about, there was a men's perfume, so a cologne, whatever, that was supposedly contained pheromones in it, so that it made you smell good, but it also had those
Secret pheromones.
secret
Yeah.
pheromones that
60% of the time, it
It
works,
works again.
every time.
Do you remember this, Owl?
I do, yeah.
I can't remember the name, but
I
it was
just,
bad.
I think that one's I think that one's true, and I think both of the studies are true.
gross.
Both of the studies are true because of studies. Too many
I don't
studies.
I don't like where you're going because then you're saying joggling is not.
Then I'm saying joggling's a lie. Final answer.
Okay, Mike, where are you going?
Oh, man.
If there's
They
any
can
dead air, you can always play the P sound. By the
They
way,
can
Al,
sleep
if there's any dead air,
standing up. I thought I had heard that they don't actually, like, the idea of cow tipping is not really real because cows actually sleep laying down. They don't stand up, and you could tip them over.
seems like a weird thing to make up.
Look, Nate Bargatze told me that horses sleep lying down, but I'm
That's
sure
a-
they could sleep standing up as well.
Can you sleep standing up?
No. That's the lie.
Because you don't have 4
this
legs.
is the lie.
I was gonna
And let
say,
me-
on all fours, can you fall asleep?
And let me tell you this. Now, I understand if If the last one, due to the pheromones produces sweat, men who went on a first date directly after the gym without showering had a 72% increase of chances at a second date. Now, here's where this one is the lie. It's not due to the pheromones producing sweat. It's due to the fact that this man works out and goes to the gym. Okay, the person that goes to the gym has a better increased chances of a second date. The science is wrong, so both of these are lie, but I'm going to assume that one was not intended to be a lie. I'm going final answer. Cows, moose, rhinos, and horses can sleep standing up, but can't dream unless they lie down.
And I'll add into that, like, what level of and like it's a proven fact that confidence is, like, it's attractive when you can feel that someone is a confident person and you are drawn to them. Like, what level of confidence do you have as a person that you go work out, get real sweaty, and you're like, I'm ready for my date? Like, you are
confident and
you
smelly.
are a confident
and
person.
smelly.
I just
And
came from
also-
the gym.
So I think
disgusting.
joggling's a lie. Jason thinks the first one's a lie for his chance at beating Al. Mike,
So
you
the-
got to weigh in. We
So
got
the score is 0-2. So either Jason goes 3-0, or
Well, you can beat me, Mike.
You could get a win.
yeah, I could beat. Like, I think it's the cows, moose, rhinos.
All right, Al.
That doesn't speak well for Jason's chances.
Jason, I cannot believe that you were still unable to beat me.
Oh my gosh.
You got him.
Jerk. You monster. I'm flexing over here.
You were flexing. The pheromones was the lie on that one.
Yeah, no.
So good
Wow.
news. Joggling is a sport.
That is
and,
good news.
I'm still undefeated.
That is great news.
Man.
Well, the jogging.
Al continues. I thought you got him, Jason. Jason felt like a master. Wow.
I mean,
All right. Congratulations, Al.
I quit. I'm out. Thanks, Al. Thanks. You're pouring salt in the wounds here.
That's
I got to
urine.
finish this
Yeah,
glass
that's
so I
urine.
can use it.
Let's draft. Spitwads, I want to talk to you about Ritual today, supporting the show. We know Ritual. They're the multivitamin company that you know and that you trust. But they also have protein powders, and those can feel kind of intimidating. Got them no pain, no gain protein powders out there in the world. Look, the truth is, deep down, cellular deep level I'm talking about, we all need protein. It's about more than just muscles. So the team of scientists over at Ritual, we're talking like the Harvard people, not where like Al Borland went to school. They reimagined protein from the ground up, inside out, how it's made, why it's needed, all of that. I love Ritual. My wife and I, we both have subscriptions to the multivitamins. I've tried the protein powder. I just trust the company. I believe in the company. Made traceable, supports your daily health. So you really need to check it out. And it's got a good taste, which is another thing with the protein powders. Not always a good taste out there. So why not shake up your Ritual? To make trying something new less scary, Ritual is offering a money-back guarantee. And so if you're not 100% in love with it, they'll just give you your money back. Our listeners get 10% off during your first 3 months. Just visit ritual.com/spitballers to add essential protein today. That's ritual.com/spitballers.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right. Today we are drafting things you wish you knew how to do. And we talked about this. This would be kind of those aspirational skills, talents, abilities that you wish you yourself could do. People
and
possess these skills, but
yes, they're
you
real.
don't.
Like, for instance, you could say, I wish I knew how to beat Owl every time at this game, but that's not
Right.
a real...
Skill.
That's magic.
It's not
Does that mean
possible.
he's smarter than us?
No, of course not. It means
Okay.
he's a
More
filthy liar.
deceptive. Yeah, more deceptive.
Phew.
Like Jason could say, I wish I had the ability to go to the bathroom any place, anytime, right in the middle of a show.
The worst part is I know how much joy I brought Jeremy when I answered the wrong answer.
Yes.
And I hate that. I hate that I brought him happiness.
Your face when you thought you had
I
defeated
can't wait to
him.
see the highlight.
Like, put that thing in slow-mo, the transition. It
Oh,
looked like your
he
face was very
flexed.
flush.
It did. It was
Tracks.
spectacular. All right, Mike, you have the first pick. So you get a draft first, your pick of every skill, ability, thing that you wish you knew how to do. What is it?
So there's a lot of places. I've got the first pick, so I have infinite places I could go. But and some of the things I wish I knew how to do, they're not practical. Like there's not a ton of situations where you're like, in that one particular situation, it's going to be awesome that I know how to do it. But this is one of those things that I wish I could do. There are so many opportunities that it comes up, and you feel like a fool because you can't do it. I wish I
read.
Oh no!
Sorry.
He was going to say
You've seen
read.
right through me, Jason.
Jason, he was going to say read. This is a moment.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
I read with the best of them. No, I wish I could dance.
Really?
I desperately wish that I could dance, and it's
okay.
I
like that pick.
And I'm not just talking about weddings. Like there's
break it down. I mean,
there's
let's go.
so many times where just like, oh, if I could bust off like a cool dance move right here, I would be legit. And it's like this extra level of pain for me because I'm a musician. So I actually have tremendous rhythm, but I do not have
Just not physically.
I don't have cool coordination when it comes to doing any kind of dance moves. I can play a drum set, but I cannot dance. I look stupid. I wish I could do it.
I love the pick. And like I said to the Spitwads at the top of the show, you're going to learn a little bit about us today.
Yeah.
On the draft. Now, it's a great pick. I'm also a little jealous that you have so many opportunities in your life where being able to dance is just right there.
It just comes up, man.
Okay, Jason,
so
you're on the clock.
I know which one I want the most, and it's kind of a twofer, so we're going to have to debate whether I can get it or not. But I'm going to hold off on that because I don't believe Andy will draft that. And
Classic
one thing,
Jason.
Don't cheat now, cheat later.
Exactly, as Mama said, as Mom always said, don't cheat now, cheat later. But one thing that I think
It's a twofer like Kentucky and Kansas.
exactly. I think Andy has this on his list, and he gets 2 picks.
So you're playing smart here.
So I'm playing the game here. I wish so bad that I could write code, specifically PHP.
Oh man, it's on my list. That is definitely on my list.
I have, we have over the course of our lives, we've built many companies, all tech companies, all web companies, apps and games, and and through this process, we've always needed a great PHP programmer, and I can develop so much of the concept and the idea, and but I can't ever.
It's rough, man. It's like having rhythm, but you can't dance.
Exactly.
Ooh, good point.
And so I wish that
So you're going coding, programming.
Yes,
Okay.
I desperately wish I.
Great pick. I wish I could do it.
I could do
It's
that.
funny. It was not on my list.
Well,
I
but
bet
you
it is
talk
now.
about it all the time. I know
No,
that you wish you could do that.
Yeah, but I've done enough of that type of world in my life. Now, not PHP, but like I've done web stuff my whole life. So these choices that I have for my picks are things that I have no familiarity of their universe. It's stuff that I'm like,
All right.
you
Okay.
just wish you could do it. So I have
You have
Man.
2 picks.
I have 2 picks. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about here and trying to be strategic too with what you guys will select. I'm actually the first thing I'm gonna pick is probably gonna blow your minds, but it's gonna be sailing a boat.
Oh, like a real sailboat.
I like it.
I wish I could sail a boat. Like I want to go in the ocean with a boat and not die. That is the goal. And
We've been
people do
watching-
that.
I like that. I like that pick.
We've been watching Vikings in our house, and in the beginning of this series, this is
Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook. No.
this is the
Dumb
beginning
joke.
of the Vikings sailing west, and they have to like build a boat that can go across this sea. They've never really gone that way, that exploring. And when they did that, all I could think about was like, man, the sail.
How did you do that?
Yes, exactly. Like, how do you sail? Like, where's the engine? Where's the, you could do it with a bunch of people with oars at least, but a sail?
I think it would be so cool to
And
do
people
that.
do this. It's a real thing.
I've always been so fascinated by like the open ocean and sailing and
All right.
even like the deadliest catch, like being a fisherman out on those boats, like being out in the middle of the water would be really cool.
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I'd rather have a yacht,
Yeah,
but a
it's
sailboat
really-
would be pretty cool.
It feels like I could buy a yacht and probably not die in the ocean today. But
Because you're not the one driving.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but a
and
sailboat,
that's drive.
I would be
that's
responsible.
Not sail.
But anyway, sail a boat. Yeah, I'm going to go that way.
All right.
And then the second pick is very tough because I know what I want my number 2 pick to be.
So you should probably take it with
That's
your
a
number
good
2 pick.
idea.
But I know for a fact that neither of you will take it.
Uh-oh.
So I can wait on
Yodeling.
it. So I guess I'm going to go with another one in the same vein. I wish that I knew how to fly a fighter jet.
Jet fighter is on my list.
That would be so freaking cool to break the sound barrier and not, again, something that I could not do without immediately dying right now. So those are my
jet
2.
Fighter it's the closest it's the closest we will ever get to actually flying because those things are going so fast.
It would be pretty incredible to be able to do that. So
Honestly, I wish I could just be a co-pilot in a fighter jet because I
just
know
put him on missiles. Mike's on missiles.
Well, no, I'm talking about just being conscious and not vomiting all over myself. As I know what's going to happen if I go do one of those ride-alongs that they give people sometimes in a fighter jet. It's done.
Which of us goes out quicker? Like I know it's all within 5 seconds. Mike's number 1. You're going out. You're going down.
I'm out immediately, man.
Before the takeoff, Mike is done.
I don't go down.
I'm blacking out.
Jason probably lasts the longest.
Yeah, I mean, I have the most mass, so I don't know if that causes
that probably
extra
doesn't help
force,
you in that
but,
situation. I don't know.
All right, so I'm on the clock.
You're on the clock, and we'll
right.
hopefully you will not take my other pick. We'll see.
All right, so this is the one that I said is kind of a twofer, but it's a twofer in the way that a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is it's 2 different ingredients. These go together, and I
be ready, Al. Be ready for a ruling here.
Be ready, Al. But I think it counts. I wish I knew how to stick to diet and exercise. So it's like it's kind of a twofer, but they go together. That's really what I want. I don't want one without the other. I want to know
willpower.
Willpower is.
Yes,
I was going to say, I feel like you already know how to diet and exercise.
That one is not like a hidden skill after years of.
I wish I knew how to stick
turning
to
red.
it. Well, because it's right. It is willpower. Like I'm drafting willpower, but I wish I knew how to stick to it. What are the things? Because I wish but that's a genuine thing. I wish I knew how to stick to diet and exercise.
All right.
All right, we can make diet and exercise the answer. I think that's the right way to do it. Okay, Mike, you got 2 picks.
Oh man. All right.
I'm reading coding and diet and exercise. Both things that are well within, like, the rest of your life, you can do both of those. I promise I will not sail a boat or fly a jet. Mike, you're up.
You could start one of those today.
I promise
Jason.
I won't PHP program or diet and exercise. I promise. So we're even.
All right, Mike needs to learn how to dance. That's number 1.
Yeah.
And now picks 2 and 3.
I am very excited. I mean, coding was on my list. It wasn't my number 2, but it probably would have been my number 3 pick here. So I'm a little upset you took that. I love Andy's picks. Both of them are things I wish I knew how to do. But like I said, my list is boring and very practical, and we often put this man on a pedestal for these things. So this is your time to shine, Al Borland. I wish I could fix crap. I wish
like a handyman.
I wish I just had a knowledge of fixing stuff. Like, you're not an expert in anything, but something breaks. Someone punches a hole in your wall. Like, Al Borland, if someone punched a hole in your drywall, could you fix that?
Yes.
That's incredible. You're a magician.
If your garbage disposal wasn't turning on and it was because it was unplugged, could you fix that?
Yes.
This is what I'm talking about, people. I wish I could fix stuff.
Okay,
so
fix things.
stupid. Wish I could fix.
Is that what
stuff.
you want, like handyman or fix?
I
Yes.
wish I could fix things.
I don't know how we want to word it, but I just handyman is fine. Handyman, it like kind of explains it.
Okay.
And the other one. So, what will come back to me? I think there's one that I really, really want that would come back to me. So my next one, another real boring but real practical. I wish I could draw.
Okay.
Oh,
I
that's
have
good. That should be on my list.
I have little to like. I feel very confident again in my artistic ability as a musician when it comes to sound and making music. My artistic ability when it comes to drawing is I learned how to draw like a specific cartoon character, I think in like 3rd grade. I'm still drawing that guy to this day. That's how much my drawing skill has expanded.
I'm starting to learn more about you. You're like you know how they say when you lose one of your senses, the other ones are amplified? I
Sure.
feel like because you're such a good musician, somehow you missed the dancing and then you missed the drawing creativity.
Look, I don't understand how people draw things at scale. I don't know how you people that shade things like they are wizards.
I
would
don't
be
know.
something-
I can't visualize in my mind as well as people can draw it out on paper. Like I can't even see it in my head.
Yeah, I can't either. I have
you know that
no
show?
idea.
You know that show Nailed It on Netflix,
Yes.
where they get the beautifully made cake and all 3 people have to make a cake in like 10
Right.
minutes. I feel like it would be funny to have an object that all 3 of us had to draw and we had 5 minutes to draw it and then you show it to the camera. That would be a funny thing to do.
It would be funny for everyone else. It would not be funny for my self-esteem.
That's true. That's true. All right, Jason, you are back on the clock. I can tell you're thinking long and hard about that pee as well as this pick.
Well, I wish I knew how to go to the restroom before a show. No, I'm. See, I've got one thing on my list. I'm gonna cross it out right now because this doesn't really apply. This is more like I wish I could do it than new. I wish I could dunk. That's on my list, but that's more of like a.
me and Andy
He brought that exact
had a
example up
specific
before the
discussion
show.
before you showed up. I'm like, we need to nail down what this means because Jason's gonna be over here being like, I wish I could dunk. I wish I could fly.
You said that. That's exactly.
He said it verbatim.
No, I wouldn't have gone like flying, but like that's one of those wishes I always
I wish I could dunk too, man, but it's never ever gonna happen.
But it could have happened. Like
But that's a little different because your body and you're like,
yeah, it's
like
not happening now. Now it's a genie wish.
But anyway,
so,
go on. He was correcting himself. He was going a different direction.
No. He was putting his foot in the water.
No,
seeing
I
if
was
we
not.
would allow it to happen.
No, I
see through you.
I crossed it out. I really did because I recognized that wasn't what we were doing
He's
here.
going to go with
To
hit
be
a home
fair,
run.
though, once he learns how to diet and exercise, could he then learn how to dunk?
Jason,
it's not
maybe.
like being able
no.
to dunk is not like,
It's
it's not a long process for people. It's not that you don't go to school to learn how to dunk. You know what I mean?
Throw your
like
hands
you're just
back,
big
then up,
and you
then
dunk.
Yeah, it's more
anyway.
athletic.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go with something that I think is really cool. It would open me up to international travel. It would make me
Yeah.
look so smart
Yeah.
at every party that I would
I
break
love
it
this.
out.
Oh, that's a great one.
I wish I could speak multiple languages.
That's
a
on
great,
the list,
That's
man.
a great one.
that's just
It's not
such
on my
a
list, and I'm dumb.
nobody. You just if you can speak 5 languages,
Yeah.
That would
you're
be
not dumb. Like flat out, you are clearly an intelligent person, and so I wish I was an intelligent person.
I've always
and-
had that thought of how cool it'd be when when you hear other people speak a foreign language to each other, then you all of a sudden surprise them that you understood what they
Oh
said.
right.
yeah,
That moment. Yeah,
I've seen Braveheart. Yeah,
Like that, and like a translator. How fast is your brain operating that you are inputting this language, going and then translating it, bringing in all the context, bringing in all the grammar? Like that is insanity that people's brains can do that.
I like that pick. It was definitely on my list.
Great pick.
I guess I have to finish my draft out. I want to learn how to sail a boat. I want to be able to fly a fighter jet.
Here's helicopter.
I've got I've got 2 more that are
submarine, Mike. You got to go. He's
Oh,
gone
sorry,
up. He's
apologize.
on the water. He's got to
That's
go
right.
under.
one beneath the water. I'm gonna go with the first one. I've always wished I had committed myself to this as a young man. I know it's achievable, but it's a lot harder in your late 30s to begin. I want to be a master at piano.
Oh,
I want to be
I was thinking something very different.
a master pianist.
Piano
would be,
player? Yeah.
a piano player would just be so cool. I've always loved fiddling on the piano, and to be able to just, it's almost like you guys talked about programming and being able to, you think it, like I feel like I have musical stuff in my brain, but I can't bring it out of the fingers, and I wish I could do that. And then my last one, which is different than Mike's handyman skills. I wish I could be a craftsman. That's a different answer? Like,
That is
I want
a
to be able
different
to be able to like be a carpenter, for example,
Yeah, I
and
think-
work with my hands and build things.
I had
versus fix
woodworking
things.
on my I list, but I felt like that was different enough. Craftsman,
I just
gets a
mean like
little
basically
close.
like a carpenter, like being
Okay.
able to
yeah, carpenter
to build
woodworking.
with
Yeah.
my hands as opposed to,
yeah, for sure. I
paying
had,
somebody to do it,
I had
paying Al Borland to do it.
that crosses one of the things off my list of learning how to build structures.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that-
If I
that
could
would be
build a
cool.
tree house, if I could build a shed or a barn, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but like it'd
Yeah.
be cool to know how.
Yeah, being a
Um,
craftsman, basically,
yeah.
of some sort, whether that's building a house or building a chair, building a table, anything like that.
Okay, so I'm running low on my list here, and so
You're
I'm
running
actually
low
gonna
on a
do-
list that contains diet and exercise.
Right.
In some ways, this is like Jason's fulfilled as a human.
Yeah.
This is a compliment to Jason in some ways.
It really is. Like I
I
don't.
mean, you're feeling good.
I am feeling good. But you want to know something? So there's only two things that I think here. I'm gonna cross one off. It's like dunking. I wish I knew how to golf, but that's not really a knowledge-based thing. It's just I suck at golfing, so I'm gonna
Sure,
cross that
okay.
off. But I wish so bad that was a good golfer. Because then
We really need to golf.
as we get
like the
older
three of us, we
and
need
we're
to
in
go golf
Arizona
some
where
more.
like golfing happens, but I hate golfing.
That's cool, Andy.
Because I suck at it. I'm 100% with you, Andy. Yeah.
If only they allowed foursomes on the golf course.
Well, we don't want liars with us.
He's not on the Zoom call right now. I can't see him, so he didn't exist.
Just pull the rando in every
Oh
time.
my
But
god!
I am rather fulfilled in my life. There's not an exhaustive list of things I just wish I knew how to do. But one thing that I wish I could do so regularly, it's almost at least once a week right now. So I'm going to put it out there. I wish I could scat because I am always, every time I've got the first pick, I am dreading that episode because I hate to have the scat. I wish I could scat.
Oh my goodness! That
It's
is
a super
outstanding.
important, probably the most important on all of our lists here.
Wow.
But man,
I'll tell you honestly, the number one rule of scat is you got to be feeling it.
It's feeling it.
It's feeling it. Like your problem is you start thinking about it, and now you're in the think zone. You're not in the feel zone. Music is
That's
feeling.
a classic art versus logic
Right.
type of thing, right? This would be fun though. If you guys have other ones, Jason said he was out, but I had a few others written down that might be interesting.
Do I get to
wait,
do
Mike
my
should
last pick?
finish his draft as well.
My bad.
But if maybe Mike wants to hear your
Al's
list
been thrown
first.
out of the golf force. I don't get to finish my draft.
Whoops.
Selfish Sammy over here.
All right, Mike's pick. It's his turn to pick.
All right. So I on my list of things that like I really wish I could do is blacksmithing, but I'm not going to go with it. It's very, very similar to
That's a
Andy's
cool pick, though.
carpenter. I freaking wish I could do metalwork. I wish, and this is, I wish I had more. How do I phrase it? Because I'm not wishing I was a doctor. I don't want to be a doctor, but I wish I had more medical information. Like, how do you phrase that? Like, because like I have.
I'd go with like doctor.
Yeah, you wish
Okay,
you had
we
a
can
medical
just put
degree.
doctor to make
Medical
because I'm
degree?
not trying to like. I don't want to be that profession, but I have. We have several friends who my cousin's a firefighter, but like a paramedic firefighter. His wife is a nurse, so whenever something goes bad in the Wright household, we call them and we're like, "Hey, here's the symptoms. What do we do?" And like, I wish I didn't have to call somebody
Interesting.
to know that symptom X, symptoms Y. Like, do I need to go to the hospital right now? They're like, no, you're good. Or like, no, you need to. That's something you should actually really take care of right now.
So
Like, that's
peace, you wish you had peace of mind.
I wish I had peace of mind. Yeah, no, that's legit. Like, I wish I had peace of mind with medical information.
Yeah, that's not
But
bad.
I don't know how to phrase. I guess being a doctor.
Yeah,
I
or
don't know.
medical professional or medical knowledge, something like that.
Yeah,
Proficiency.
yeah,
Sure.
medical proficiency. Sure.
Do you want to go golfing, Al?
Man,
I'd
I
love
wish
to.
I could.
Thanks for
I wish I
asking.
could golf and dunk so bad. That's my big takeaway from here. Is what I learned about myself is I wish I could golf and dunk and do other things that have nothing to do with knowledge.
Jason's just walking around, physically fit, scatting all over the place, dunking, hitting the golf ball.
Yeah.
I guess not scatting all over the place. I had some other. I did have rebuilding cars. I thought that would be cool to be able to do.
mechanic. Yeah, no,
Like a
mechanic
mechanic?
work is legit.
I wanted that. Like I had to like be able to fix up cars or work on cars, but then I feel like that's so old busted because it's like an oil change is like, you know, what is this, a combustion engine?
Yeah, but like if you could rebuild.
And the only like the instrument I can't play that I wish I could play. I wish I could play the cello.
You know what's funny is I had on my list that
It's a great
I could,
instrument.
I wish I could play all instruments,
Mm.
and Andy picked one. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like going with all instruments, that's being a little bit greedy.
well, I did take both diet and exercise.
That's okay. You can have both, and we actually we hope you are able to achieve that goal.
Dude, you know that we're always rooting for you.
Oh, thanks, man.
I also thought about being a theater performer, like being able to sing on stage, like I thought that would be something cool to be able to do as well. Now, you guys have anything
Sure.
else you want to add?
Let's see. Jet fighter. No, I mean, my stuff that I really want to do was I either took it or you guys took it.
We should probably all take the diet and exercise one, to be honest. That'd be pretty helpful. All right, let's figure out what else we learned today.
What did we learn today?
I learned that ducks should not eat yeast.
Oh, that's
That's
true.
for sure.
Sad.
Not good for the tum tum.
I learned that Kentucky is Kansas. Plain and simple.
Oh, and it's not. I mean, we already knew it, but I think after what happened in round 3, it's confirmed. Al Borland is
He's
the
a
king of
sociopath.
liars.
He's a sociopath.
He's a sociopath.
He's a sociopath. All right, that'll do it for today's Spitballers episode. Thank you for tuning in. Follow
Yes.
us on Twitter at SpitballersPod, Instagram.com/SpitballersPod. Until
Stay
next
safe
time.
out there. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.